I'm a good player, baby. I ain't nothing like these other niggas who say do it big, I do it big. I'm a good player, baby. I ain't nothing like these other guys. I'm a super savvy small fry.
It don't matter. You couldn't tell us. You just said something.
Oh shit, well good. They gonna see it on camera.
She woke up like
I'm
this.
look like Casper. No, just
So she woke up like this.
She woke up like this, Playboy. But yeah, Goodplairs podcast. I am JT's. Alongside of me is my co-host, Darren Superior.
Yeah. And today we got K. Michelle Jr. in the house. Kelly Rowland Jr. in the house.
okay.
Young Anita Baker Jr. in the house.
Okay, I never seen Anita Baker's photos.
Younger Shanta Jr. in the house.
I could take that. I mean, all these women are gorgeous,
They
by
are.
the way. So I take that compliment.
Skin popping.
Period.
Don't even need no makeup.
Period.
Woke up like this.
She woke up like this. Yes, sir.
DHIS.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, K. Samone in the motherfucking building.
Everybody don't know K. Samone. She's a radio personality at the illustrious 95.7 Jamz located in Birmingham.
This nigga starting off wild already.
No, I'm not, bro.
We about to have some fun.
We fuck with 95.7.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, who else is there?
104.1, 94.9,
Who?
98.9. Pop your shit.
Let's
That's
go.
all right. We niggas shooting today.
Yeah.
That nigga we just had in here, that boy got up here, started name dropping. That shit was going crazy.
Oh,
like,
God.
we're going to have to name these episodes the gun range because niggas
I'm
is
dying.
shooting.
Facts.
The gun range. I like that one.
Yeah, facts.
He was popping big shit.
I'm just saying.
On
I
a
mean,
like
if you-
subtle though.
There's no competition here. So, I mean, I just, you
I
know.
feel you on that. Y'all is the ones though. Shout out Vegas.
Yeah, it's a
Shout
heritage station. I'm happy to be a part of a heritage station. I mean, I just left a heritage station, so I'm happy to be a part of another one.
Yeah,
What was you at before you?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. What brought you to Birmingham?
So I was at Hot 107.9 in Atlanta. I was a weekend personality, and I did red carpet corresponding work, digital curating work, and then I got sought after here in Birmingham. So it was just a better opportunity resume wise, So it's like
Sought after. What you mean by that?
They reached out to me and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, I want you
Gunshot.
for this position." So cool. they came and got me. So it was cool. It was definitely a great position, going from part-time to now have like a full-time midday personality on my resume. Definitely a great opportunity. And I'm working for another heritage station. So
What's a heritage station?
heritage station, longevity. The station that has the most longevity, or that's the station that everyone, really knows in your city.
Yeah, because that motherfucker been around since I was in diapers.
Yeah.
Second grade.
95.7?
Yeah, it been around for that long?
Yes.
Really?
Damn, I thought it was a little.
You know what's so funny? No matter where you go, like everybody has that heritage station. So I'm originally from Newport News, Virginia, and my heritage station that I grew up listening to is 103 Jamz.
Yeah.
Wowie.
That's hard. We always had 95.7 Jamz. They just started getting like cool people on there though.
Really? They ain't had cool people on there before? Who wasn't cool?
You gotta go.
Who
This
wasn't
work there, just walk
this
down the
man
hallway,
is
look on
funny
the
as
wall.
hell.
Lord have mercy.
Nah, for real though, I remember at one point they had this nigga named Buck Wild. Buck Wild was like the black
Yeah, I have
dude
no
that
clue.
hang with all the white people. That's
I
what he
have no
reminded
clue
me.
who that is.
This man's so funny, bro.
He was like, they ain't had cool people on there. Well, I don't know. 'Cause
They
I-
had cool like Young Deal being cool.
Yeah, Dill's my
It was
guy.
a nigga named Bartell. Rest in peace, Bartell. He was the littest radio personality I ever heard in my life. Like
What
when I
made him
was,
so lit?
he used to have his saying was like he used to have this beeper that girls are called. And he'll play the voicemails that they leave him on his phone, but it'd be like, oh, I want you to come through and hit it from the back off the top of the roof. Type shit. And this thing, you look and you hearing this, and then he actually lit in real life. Like you see him out, he real life lit. Like if he was live today, he probably had like 40, 50,000 followers on Instagram.
That's lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny because like that's why I say like heritage station. That's what I mean. Heritage stations. Like how old were you when he was
5
out?
or 6.
And you grew up listening to him up until the day that he passed away, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like me growing up listening to this morning show. Well, listening to the show called the Buddha Brothers Morning Show. And that's what Like, I love that show, right? And I grew up as a kid on that show. So, like, they used to have, like, a whole hour dedicated to kids, the kids corner, because that was around the time, like, Bow Wow was out, B2K, seeing me. You know what I mean? So, they had literally, like, the kids corner, and they used to ask us all kind of crazy questions gearing up for school, like, whether it was something, like, from Disney, Nickelodeon, things like that. So, like, in the morning getting dressed, that was my ritual. Like, oh, cut the radio on. Let's see what we gonna win today. Like, where they trying to send us? I want a chance to go see Chris Brown and Keisha Cole. I mean, it was cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? To wake up, and they used to have us doing little silly stuff like spell Florida, or just crazy stuff like that.
That's hard, bro. Just imagine you get up in the morning every morning from like 6 to 7. No, 6 to 8.
You getting up to participate.
The radio.
To participate on the radio. And then what used to be so funny though, right? So you had kids that would be home that didn't go to school. They'll call the radio station like 10 o'clock. I actually had a Walkman, right? And it's not the CD player Walkman, the cassette player Walkman. Where you can still listen to the radio. So I had that going to the bus stop. I'll never forget it. Little yellow one. And I would still listen to it going to the bus stop. And I remember being at the bus stop. It was probably about like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm on the bus, and I'll never forget it. Some kid called, and DJ Law, one of the personalities I grew up listening to, was like, "Hey, ain't you supposed to be in school? Get off my phone." Hung up on him. Literally.
That's how your
aren't
deal
you in
used to be
school?
doing
Click, like, get off my phone.
Young deal would have told him, get your bad ass in class.
Don't you need to go in there with your mammy? Click. Like, damn, your deal.
But that's what it's about. You know what I mean? Like, having that connection with the listeners. Like, you won't never, those listeners, even though you never saw them, they'll never forget those interactions and those moments. And that's what it's about.
Yeah, and you look like you sound too.
I do? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Because, some people got a face for radio.
Yeah.
I was just about bleep it out.
Okay.
You know.
No. I love not gonna do her. That's my girl.
I'm not. We're gonna bleep it out so you don't look. They don't even know who you love right now.
Okay. I love. And she's actually a great mentor to me.
Because when I went to school, I was going to school to be on the radio, and then I did one of my class projects and sent it to her on Facebook, and I was like, I'm trying to get an internship, and she was finna hook me up, but then I wound up dropping out of college, like right after that.
That's literally what my major was too, radio and TV.
But what happened? So why did you drop out? I gotta ask these questions, right? Why did you drop out?
Because I originally wanted to go to fashion school. Like, I'm a fashion designer. So
you could have did both, right? So hold on. And then why didn't you, what happened with your situation?
All right, so my mom, we ain't have no money. So my mom was like, well, you got to do financial aid and shit for community college and stuff like, but nobody taught me how to do this stuff, and I didn't know how to do all this. But I still was going, but at the same time, I had a kid too at that time. So I had to work full time. Start full time. I still could have went to school.
That's fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, y'all, you definitely still could have went. You get what I'm saying? Like, adversity is adversity. But I'm gonna tell y'all something I learned. I started my career at 16, right? And I actually got introduced to the field at 14. What ended up happening was 2 years after 8th grade, right? So that'd have been 16 years old. I was approached by Newport News Public School TV, Channel 47. And come to find out, the person who ended up hiring me for that position was the father of my teacher in 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even know this was a field. I didn't know that I could really do this. Like, I didn't know I could even go to school for this, right? So I wound up, going to school for it. And I say this to say, like, I went to Delaware State my freshman year, and I was offered an internship with Clear Channel before Clear Channel became iHeart, right? I turned it down. And mind you, I was a first semester freshman when they came to me and like, yeah, we want you, right? And then they hit me up summertime. All right, so listen, we want you as an intern. And at this point, I didn't have room and board for Delaware State. So I was sitting there like, okay, tuition's paid for, everything's paid for, but room and board. Mind you, I had just crossed as an IOTA sweetheart, second semester freshman. And so I had a place to stay. Only thing I didn't have was a car, right? Totally disregarded the fact that even though the radio station was in Wilmington and, of course, Delaware State is in Dover, I could use my student ID to catch the city bus. But because I was too prideful to to catch a city bus. Okay. And because I was too prideful to want to stay with people because I really had a problem with living with people. Like I had fought my roommate. Like I was the problem. Okay. I can't live with people. So I'm just like,
So you're not gonna get married one day?
No, I will. We will get to that in a second. So I have to say I do in order to endure. Say I don't believe in living with somebody unless I really have your last name, because then I'm really taking on everything that you come with. If I don't have to, I'm not going to. Yeah. So I say that to say, I turned all of that. I turned the opportunity down at 18 years old. You get what I'm saying? And sitting back in my career, the biggest thing that I learned in that moment, that was the last time I've ever turned down any opportunity. I don't give a damn. That was the very last time I said I will ever do that. Because the thing is, in this field, it's not easy to break into it. Number one, it's not easy. Mm-hmm. And then there were some things that I learned being in it. You can't leave and then try to come back into this. It's harder to get back in versus moving around while you in. So that was the biggest lesson I learned. The second biggest lesson I learned from that situation is make the sacrifices now or make the sacrifices later. Yeah. But either way it goes, you're going to have to make the sacrifices. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's where, like, my take on it, so anybody watching this, it's like, oh, well, I don't know. I would tell you to try to figure it out. Like I had guidance counselors. My cousin when I was going through high school, she was going through her college year. So high school freshman, as a high school freshman, she was a college freshman. So we went through that process together. So when it got down to my senior year, my aunt was telling me what to do. I was able to fill out my FAFSA with my mom or whatever. But I used to work in the guidance office, the guidance counselor office, my senior year. And I had dibs on all the scholarships that was coming in. I had a guidance counselor that was on my ass. Okay. Like when I remember my going into senior year. So the summer right before my senior year, my guidance counselor, Mr. Watson, called me. I had signed up for fashion merchandising. Right. Okay. And come to find out, he called me literally during that summer. He was like, hey, listen, I know we signed you up for fashion merchandising, but I'm going to take you out of that class because Miss Finley, who's over marketing management, who's in the marketing management class, specifically called me and asked me to put you in her class. So that's how much my guidance counselor was on my ass. So far, you just, since 14, you amazing ass mother. No. You amazing.
Like, I can't even tell you if we had a guidance counselor in my school.
I know we had one, but you getting called on and sent for. The truth.
Seriously, you know what I mean? And then that's how I got scholarship money, because I was always in the guidance counselor's office because I had to work there. So working at the TV station, I was literally have classes at the TV station. My senior year, I only had maybe 4 classes, and that was 2 classes. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 classes, Tuesday, Thursday. And then I would leave and go straight to the TV station. So I would sit in the guidance counselor's office during certain periods because I didn't have no class. Yeah. And then after that, I sit there till it was time for me to go to the TV station. Okay. So they had me working in there, and that's how I got dibs on everything. So when it came to the resources, I was around the people with the resources, right? So I would say this to anybody. The biggest thing that helps me move and what constantly helps me move, I don't care about being the most popular, right? Even though people know me, I don't care about being known amongst my peers. I care about being known amongst people up here that can actually move me around. Yeah. And that's how I always move. So working at a TV station in high school, I needed a certain shot. I had a PSA that went 3rd in the nation and 3rd in the state with alcohol beverage control, right? And I needed a specific shot. And only time I could do this is during the basketball game. So I had literally went to the principal, Mr. Nichols, and I said, hey, is it okay if I get this shot during halftime? When I tell you that game did not start until I got, the game did not get back going until I got my shot. Period, point blank. Okay. And that was a call from Mr. Nichols. Okay. And that's how it is. It's like, move with the people that's going to, like, make yourself known amongst the people that can actually move you, not amongst your peers. And I never really cared about my peers. I tell them straight out, like, I don't care about y'all. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, but I didn't care about being the most popular, or I didn't care about winning prom queen and stuff. Like, I didn't give a shit about that. Like, I'm like, yo, when I get out of here, this is what I want. And then my cousin, like I said, is in college. You know what I'm saying? So I'm around I was running track in middle school for a high school team, right? So I'm
You need
already
to change your name to Samazing, guy.
no.
It's amazing around this motherfucker.
She like a young prodigy.
So I was just amongst, older crowds and older people. So I saw the bigger picture. Like, so while we're on this level, like having costume day and shit, I'm like, nah, bro, like, can we bypass this 4 years in high school so I can go to college? Because that's where I need to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's hard. That's and if ain't nobody taking that from it, you can take what I just took away from all that, just your determination and what you attracted. Like you always knew it, so it always just came to you.
Yeah.
And when you move like that, like fuck that, I'm on this, that shit get a whole lot easier. That's why that's when I dropped out of college. I was like, bro, I want to do radio. I like it, but I know I learned enough to know where if I want to get into it, when I do, I can just run it. You know what I'm saying? But I really wanted to do the fashion. And then that's when I started popping off. And I went to Fashion Week like 2 times. We did like one of the biggest fashion shows in the city.
That's what's up.
Like, and just, I didn't work with everybody from like 2 Chainz to the Shade Room to goddamn King and Dixon. Goddamn, got some old shit that I'm working on right now in the other room, like a big ass company. So.
See, that's dope though, but you found a passion. You know what I'm saying? Like if you had to say, what do I like more, radio or, fashion, I would think just by hearing from you, you would choose fashion. And that's what you did. You get what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? You just chose the goal that you were passionate about, and look at you coming back into something else that you like by utilizing this type of platform, podcasting. Same thing with you. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes back full circle how it's supposed to be. When it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So that's something else I learned in my damn journey as well.
And just be the shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's
big
it.
facts. So you own the radio, midday. I listened to you a couple times.
Ooh,
I like it.
okay.
Your music choices, your music selection. I'm glad you.
Well, I don't pick the music, by the way.
You don't?
No, I have
that
nothing
work?
to do with the music. It's all programmed. So when I come into the studio, like all that music is there. Right.
So, you don't just,
So I don't have no control over the music, and I want people to know that straight up. I don't. So when you call me and be like, "Hey, can you put my song on the radio?" No, because I don't do none of that. That's
And that's a big deal here. Like these niggas don't know that.
yo, we need to get into
sure.
that. We're just gonna get into that.
people like I don't. But see, here's the thing. Like I could tell you the process working at Hot how to do it, because I knew I was. I'm cool with the music director, my program director. We tight, but I'm so new to this company. I don't even know how it works, to be honest with you. It's a whole nother company for me.
So how long you been in Birmingham?
I only been in Birmingham for 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
January. Yeah. And
No, is it 6 months? We're in what, June? No, it'll be 7 months. I got here in November.
yeah, that's about sell.
Yeah, 7 months.
That about selling them thing.
Yeah.
You
So-
like it so far?
It's growing on me.
At first you hated that shit.
You want to be honest?
Tell the truth, shiny devil.
Tell the truth, shiny devil. That's what we say on here.
I wouldn't say I hated it. I didn't hate it. It was a culture shock. It was a culture shock.
When you say that,
And
what you mean?
coming from Atlanta, where I worked part-time, but I could make my own money as a host and red carpets and covering content, like, covering content, like I could literally make $1,700 in a weekend just being K Samone myself, covering movie premieres and having live Q&As with artists. That lights, camera, action life. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, but that's the thing. I was like, damn, like, so how do you move here? How do you move around here? Like, what is the go-to here? So it was a culture shock. I've been in Atlanta for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I'm up and moved to a place that's like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is
Not
this?
too much on Birmingham. Not too much on Birmingham.
But I'm
Jody.
just saying, like, it's super slow, and it's like y'all only have the summit. You know what I mean? You got the summit and the Galleria. Like, that's y'all
The
two
Galleria,
places
right,
to
the
shop.
trash in
Hey,
the
baby.
motherfucking night, you know what I'm saying?
No,
We ain't
all
gonna-
I'm saying
we ain't
is,
gonna
but
count.
when you come from having 3 or 4 different malls surrounding you, you come
Fire
from
malls, too.
you come from an environment where it's something to do Monday through Sunday, and then
Yeah.
you're here. It's kind of like, wait a minute, did I make a mistake?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was dealing with culture shock. I was also dealing with imposter syndrome. I was
What's
like,
that?
imposter syndrome is kind of like, the best way I can explain it is I felt like these people are going to think that I'm faking it. Like, these people are going to think that I am not capable of what I said I was capable of. You know what I mean? Because now it's a new role.
You're talking about within your job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's you know, it's just a new role. It's new responsibility. You know, it's a new beginning. And I'm like, these people pulled me from Atlanta and they're going to think, you know, they're going to find out that I'm really not what they signed on for. Even though that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even though that isn't the situation. But it's always like, do I really belong here? That question. Like, do I belong here? Like, do I have it? Are they sure? Are you sure you made the right choice? Am I sure they made the right choice? So I was questioning my capability too.
How long you gonna be here?
I don't know. I have a contract. I'm in a contract for 2 years. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what this opportunity brings. I'll tell you this, where I am though, this would be my fourth market that I've been to for radio. Mm-hmm. And this will probably be my 7th move. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I'm just looking for a place to call home, and then I can just work from home, like be in this one city, and then I can travel around and come back home. Like that's the goal right now for me. And Birmingham, honestly, like Birmingham is a place like that. Like Birmingham is really a home base. Like I could see myself raising kids here. I could see myself having a family here. Like I see that here, you know?
Yeah,
that's the first.
It's not too far from Atlanta too. If you got to get something done, you can shoot down there.
I love Atlanta. It's cool. But I'm not lights, camera, action all day, every day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta is really like fake it till you make it kind of city. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
My life, I've seen niggas in Atlanta. I'm talking about jumping out the goddamn, what's that, Maserati? And this nigga pulling up and staying in the projects. Like, goddamn, your priorities fucked. Like, damn, my boy.
It's like it is a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? And it gets tiring being around that mentality. Like, so, you know, when I sit back and I was talking to my cousin, like first moving here or whatever, she was like, yo, like, you remember how you would be like, yo, Atlanta is like getting on my damn nerves. Because it did. Atlanta started getting on my nerves, you know, and it got on my nerves for multiple reasons. And the main thing is like I said, everyone wants to be a star. Everyone wants to shine. And me having that mentality of like, you got to make sure you're mixing with the right people to move you in the right places. I always say, make moves that count. Yeah. Right? Don't just be doing shit just to do shit. Like, make sure whatever move you make, it actually counts. So I can say that Atlanta served its purpose. Before I left Atlanta, I ended up getting a TV agent. You know, shout out to Kanesia. You know, and now I'm in this market, and I literally wrote my TV agent. Actually, we had a conversation on Friday, and I said, hey, this is the things that I want. Okay, this is what I need you to do. And then I'll reach out to these people and we can move you around. What I noticed about Atlanta is that a lot of people are just okay with being local celebrities. Yeah. And that's never been my idea for myself, as you can see.
It's the baby version of that too now.
I don't have no desire to be a local anything. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That's like small-minded. That's small-minded.
Very small-minded. But then you look at Atlanta, and the thing is, you don't see it that way because, Atlanta got this going on and they got the movie premieres and they got this, they got that. So the way I always looked at it is, it's cool that I was the person doing the interviews on the carpet, but no, I want to be the person being interviewed on the carpets. You know, and that's my goal. That's my idea. And sometimes in order to reach that goal, you do have to move out of certain sectors to be placed back in at higher heights. Yeah.
I be looking at guy, he's so good. You feel me? Yeah, that's so like, what's the overall goal then? You said you want to be the one being interviewed. So the overall goal, I want to be able, the biggest thing is legacy. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like that's the biggest thing for me, legacy. And I want to do something that lives beyond my existence. Right. So my presence will always be felt. Whether I'm like, when I'm physically gone, you can still see me, you can still watch me, you can still hear me, you can still, you know, read up on me. Like, I'm not going nowhere. Get your ashes put in the tree.
No. Why would I get my ashes put in the tree?
That's what you're gonna be here forever. Tree don't die.
But that's true. That is true. That is true. I didn't know that was a saying.
Yeah, no, you know,
By the
like
way.
people like get their ashes put in a seed and sprinkle it on the seed and grow the tree, and
That's interesting. Yeah.
that's some down south crazy.
That
shit.
is some down south shit.
Country as hell too.
I can see.
Yeah. My dad's from Talladega. You don't know what that's at. That shit on the way to Atlanta though.
I do know where Talladega is.
Okay. Yeah,
I just never been in there. I
Ain't
passed
shit
it
over
though.
there.
I passed the sign that said Talladega.
his office might be bigger than goddamn Talladega.
Country as hell.
But you mean the cool version of that shit? Timothy Cunningham.
Not them
Cunningham.
Selma dressing niggas.
Huh?
I'm
Not them
so-
Selma dressing niggas.
Hell no, them goddamn gas
I'm
station
screaming.
hat with nothing on there. I seen the nigga the other day at the gas station. He was in that bitch buying a fit. I said, boy, get your ass up out here. Boy, what, man, what wrong with it? Boy, them shoes say air on them hoes, boy. Everything wrong with that.
Hey
shit.
man.
I'm screaming.
But yeah.
Hey, man.
So we be having random moments. where
Oh
we
no, I'm cool. I'm
pop
here.
out.
Let's
we
have
ain't
some
trying to
fun.
be like the radio.
I don't-
you know,
I
y'all
don't-
specific.
No, and that's the thing. I don't like to be specific.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I really
I'm
don't.
just
Like
fucking with you.
honestly though, I don't like to be specific all the time. It helps you keep a flow and keep a structure. But being specific, I don't like it all the time.
Yeah.
I
That
want to
shit
be
can't-
able to rent and I want to be able to go off. That's why I hop on live every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
know?
you might have to come up here and start going off. You know, we got the studio open up.
Let's
around
do it.
the
We
corner,
can do
walking
that.
Distance, pop out, whatever you need to do.
We can do that.
What's your favorite thing about being on the radio?
The interaction.
Yeah.
But people don't call radio no more like they used to. You know what I'm saying? Here is different because it's a heritage station and people still operate like that. That's what's fun about it. But I love just the interaction with people. You know what I mean? To actually really sit back, have that conversation. Like I said, having those moments where, to me, like being on the inside now, like being on the opposite side of the caller, you know, like I said before, I'll never forget that interaction that I had with DJ Law. Actually, you know what? Kids Corner, I actually called them. They asked me some question about Hey Arnold. I asked DJ Law to repeat the question 3 times. He said, "Oh, we don't do cheaters," and hung up on me. That's an interaction I will never forget. DJ Law will never like DJ Law. God rest his soul because he passed away 2012. But you know that's something he would never remember. You know what I'm saying? But this is something I remember. So remembering that I was once the caller. You know what I'm saying? It's always fun to have that interaction. So I don't care what kind of day I'm having. I don't care if I'm not feeling it today. It's not about me. You know what I'm saying? It's about those listeners and it's about the people that's actually taking their time out to actually sit and listen to me, especially in a day and age where you got other things you can do. You can stream podcasts. You can go listen to music, but you guys are actually sitting there listening to me while you're working. Like,
On 95.7 Jamz.
you know what I'm saying?
Noon to what, 5?
No, I am sorry. I am 9 to 2.
9 to 2. Look at me. Cut your hour. Open your bag up.
9 to 2. Okay. So yeah, that's it. I mean, that's the most enjoyable piece for me, you know, like, cause it be days I'll be like, listen, I know I said on the radio one day, I was like 95.7 Jamz, the hips of a wife for hip hop and R&B. Listen, I know I sound jolly and bubbly, but I feel just like it look outside. It was a rainy, gloomy day.
You like, bro, I'm ready to go home, bro. Fuck y'all.
But and I don't know how people actually take to it, but I think that's actually cool when you can actually come on there and say, I'm human. You know what I'm saying? I'm not having the best day today. I'm human. Yeah. I like when I get on radio and I actually fuck up and stumble on a word or something. Cause it's like, y'all, I'm human. You know what I mean? And the first thing I'm saying, damn, I can't even hear myself. Like it's a button on the board where I can hear what you hear on the radio on your time, right? Everything is like a delay, like a 20-40 second delay. So I can hear what you hear. So if I go live and it's in that like state, I can't hear myself. And that actually happened to me today. So I can't hear myself. So I'm sitting there like, I got the mic on and everything. I'm like 95, and it's literally going on air.
Oh my God.
It's live. It's literally live while I'm doing this, right? But I can't hear it. So to me, it's not like, what is happening? Why can't I hear myself?
We don't know the turn green.
And you know me, if I'm listening to it, I be like, what the hell, Rob?
I'm making fucked up.
Exactly. So then I like finally I realized what it was, and I was like, damn, I can't even hear myself. 95.7 like, and I just go into it like I can't even hear myself.
Need to wipe a CD off, goddamn. It's just scratched up.
So, like, exactly. Like, I was like 95.
I don't want to dig a hole for myself, but I am going to say this honestly. If you invite me out, I could come show my love and show my support. I have like bougie ways though. Mm-hmm. So I do not stand in lines. I don't do that. I have my ways. So if I got to come out here and stand in line, I'm not coming. You know what I mean? But no, I support however I can support. But like, my goal is not to be like, oh, well, I'm going to go interview other than my artists, because that's how I actually got started. That's how I got picked up by my first radio station, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you know, I've grown, and the people that I've interviewed have grown. Mm-hmm. When I was on that level, are grown, signed artists, you know what I mean? We have all grown. And for me, stepping down to come back down to that, it's like there's so many other people in that world, like that's on that level, that's trying to grow. Like I had the opportunity to grow. So I would want you to go there versus network across, not up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Network across, not up. Because like I said, when I was on that level, I grew with the same people I was on that level with. So we're all on the same level, you know, or higher. So it's like, oh, well, if you need me, I got you. If I need you, you got me. Because we have grown and actually molded those relationships. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really the local artist. Let's throw a showcase, or I'm not her. You know what I mean? There's other people that do that specific.
At least you know that you sit on what you want.
That man, she don't give her your mixtape link. Don't tell her who you. Don't tell her who you opened up for. But you don't get no fuck, my boy.
That's not what I said, but.
But we appreciate you for pulling up on us.
I appreciate y'all for having me. I love to come back.
Yeah, you can, for real.
For sure. Oh, listen, I need a stylist.
Well, shit, you ain't saying shit, but a word. Not J. Cole, the best rapper ever. You need a stylist.
Let's go, baby.
I'm the belly bitch fly anymore.
Okay, that's
all everyone number for the fashion. I'm light work today.
He said I'm light work today. I'm that. I'm weak.
Yeah, man. You want to let our listeners know where they can follow you at and stuff like that?
You can follow me on all social media platforms at Samone, Samone with an A. That's ITSKCM1.
Back though, and catch her on the 95.7 Jamz. When again? What time?
Every day from 9 a.m.
to 2 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah, man. So if you made it to the end of this podcast, just know we three players discussing hip-hop, entertainment, and culture. Back though.
I like that all the ratchet shit. I like that. That's nice.
Get ghetto and blank.
I like that.